you'll see the things, you'll see the appropriate yes.
Hey Dan,
you stand out there, all you guys stand out there looking pretty.
Dan, if it doesn't get here, you gotta improvise, you gotta yell. And you got the voice too.
No.
You can hear it. We called him last night.
And she took him, she said, okay, I'll be down there by 9:30 with the sound system. But he said to me, you know, I got the sound system right through. And I thought, you son of a bitch, after what you did to me on the phone the other night,
yeah, not good.
I was telling last night, I was up in West Point for a couple of days. Me and my buddy touring the academy and all that. There was a message on my phone.
Set us up any porta johns this year?
Look at them young kids. They look like they belong in grade school. My nephew just left, settled in, left back over.
Started naming people like I know Ray Pinachi. He knows, now he knows me. Now he knows about those things. He was down there.
Yeah, look all tough. Ah, shit, I'm with him. He can't look tough.
We're going to hear you talking too, okay, Vaughn?
Right now. You're going to hear me talk?
No, we are hearing you speak.
This is all on video, right? I'm glad you're a ginger. How photogenic.
That time I will announce your name, something like that. We are honored today to have a survivor of that favorite. Sean Gallagher. What was your Lance Corporal? Former Lance Corporal.
Yeah, I was on the I was with the line company.
Okay.
We were covering the perimeter. Ray Manning was
No.
I ask today, as you proceed with this event and as you go on your way from this event, that you offer prayers for the full recovery of those who are injured. Let us join in prayer. Eternal Father, strong to save, by whose abiding love and care our lives are blessed, we have gathered together today in this sacred convocation to ask that you continue to watch over the souls of the brave heroes who perished due to a cowardly act of terrorism perpetrated by Islamic terrorists against the peacekeeping force of Marines, sailors, and soldiers. We ask that you bless and protect all those who serve this great nation by standing in harm's way. May they remain undeterred in their duties, and may they be granted safe passage when they reach that point at which they may return home to their loved ones. We ask that you bless the families and loved ones of those who serve so far away from home. Give them the strength and courage to maintain the homes to which those who serve will return. And may those who have given their last full measure of devotion to their country and corps find eternal rest and everlasting peace in your bosom. We ask all of this in your most holy name. Amen.
Never be forgotten. It is fitting that we do this, as too many people still do not realize that freedom is not free. I wish to take a moment here. We are honored today to have with us former Lance Corporal Sean Gallagher, who was a survivor of that Beirut bombing. Sean? It is now my pleasure to introduce to you a friend of the Marine Corps League and a real Marine, Lieutenant Colonel John C. Church, USMCR.
They came in peace. On October 23rd, 1983, at 0622 in the morning, a lone terrorist drove in to the Battalion Landing Team headquarters and destroyed a building with a bomb that weighed 12,000 pounds. 12,000 pounds. And in an instant, 241 Marines, soldiers, and sailors were killed. Some of whom we remember personally today. Some of whom we served alongside with. In an instant, 28 years ago, a Sunday morning, the battalion officer was a young major named Mattis, who now is General Mattis, the commanding general of U.S. Central Command. And he called up the duty and he said, "Stand by, I'll have further instructions for you." And we stood by. And I was all of about 20 years old. And I remember thinking, this is different. It's a new kind of warfare. It's a new kind of enemy. And I stood back and I said to myself, I'm going to attack this vocation of being an officer of Marines. And I realized quickly it's going to be awesome, burdensome, and dynamic, all at the same time. And we were worried and we wondered. And Major Mattis and the other Marines would wear their dress blues and get into a vehicle and go to someone's house and tell them their son wasn't coming home. That's what Marines do. They came in peace. On that day, October 23rd, that Sunday morning, a Navy chaplain by the name of Father Pucciarelli was sleeping next to the 6th Fleet Jewish chaplain, Commander Reznikov. Side by side, a Catholic chaplain and a Jewish chaplain. The explosion woke them up. They hurried out and they started combing through debris, dust, ash, pulling survivors out. By his own words, Father Pucciarelli said on that day, after giving last rites to dozens of soldiers, sailors, and Marines, on that day he saw about 150 dead or wounded. And for those of us old enough to recall, we remember seeing the photograph in Newsweek of his eyes hollow, tears glistening down, his vestments on him, the dust, his helmet, and his flak vest. And that photograph seared to our mind the awesome sadness we felt on that horrible day. I had the privilege to serve with Father Pucciarelli later on in his career. He became the chaplain of the Marine Corps. And I've never met a more enthusiastic and positive man of faith. And I think about that day, how that must have tested his faith that day. But regardless, he and another man of faith, of a completely different faith, wearing the uniform of the United States Marine Corps and the United States Navy, together pulled survivors and pulled dead Marines from that wreckage. When that occurred 28 years ago, President Reagan said, "We're a nation of global responsibilities." It is good that we're here today. we're honoring these veterans. We're honoring their families. But I know in my heart right now, somewhere in a quiet corner in the kitchen, there's a mother who's looking at a photograph of a son who's not there. There's a son who remembers riding on his father's shoulder. There's a daughter who remembers holding her daddy's hand, but no more. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Marines, that is an awesome sacrifice that we lay at the altar of our nation. It is an awesome sacrifice. And to be perfectly honest, sometimes I struggle with it. Sometimes I struggle with it. Because the sacrifice we lay at the altar of our nation is a horrible, horrible cost. But we are a nation with global responsibilities. And we embrace that. And as long as we embrace that, as long as we have young people who are willing to serve, as long as we have families that are willing to support that selfless choice, we will remain the greatest nation on earth. And the moment we forget that, the moment we turn our back on our fellow citizens of the world, we will be less than a grateful nation. If you go to Arlington National Cemetery right now, in section 59, there grows a cedar tree. And you remember the flag of Lebanon, it's a green cedar tree. Because Proverbs tells us that righteousness grows like a cedar in Lebanon. And no one can ever tell me the sacrifice in the service of our Beirut veterans, Marine, sailor, and soldier, would be anything less than righteous. I defy them to tell me that, because they're wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great nation. I am incredibly humbled to be here today. I greatly appreciate your time and allowing me to reflect and share my reflections with you. I am truly honored, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. May God bless America and our Marines.
Sergeant John J. Bonk, Jr. Corporal Thomas A. Hairston. Sergeant Gilbert Hanton. Corporal John F. Muffler. Sergeant Rafael Pomales-Porres. RV-Manuel A. Relvas. Corporal Rotondo. Sergeant Alan E. Wesley. We will now have the benediction by Commander Ruben Abraham.
I'll ask those who are seated to stand at this time. Let us once again join in prayer. Our Father, our King, we ask that you be with each one of us as we depart from these solemn proceedings this day. Prosper us in all of our undertakings. Guide us and direct us in all actions that we take. Let nothing evil come upon us. Grant that each one of us will receive your blessing of arriving at our desired destinations in safety and peace. We ask all of this in your most holy name. Amen.
Big smile.
That's it. Stay just like that.
Because it looks stupid if everyone's smiling and I'm not or something. That's crazy.
Okay, here we go. Last one. Stay just